Eugene Erecto of Six Star. Find us at www.sixstar.net and on Instagram, sick, SICK underscore star, STAR. And yeah. Our motto, it's do what you feel. I pretty much have always been creative. I always wanted to create stuff. I kind of found myself into making t-shirts and like equipment, mainly for my friends. My friend was working for a swim team at the time, so coaching it. So I ended up making up all their merch, all their equipment. And then I've always wanted to do something else. I was working, making some good money, in the regular grind, working like 50, 60 hours a week, making money, but no time to spend it. So I was like, what's all this for, So basically just saved up a bit, and I decided to shoot off and do my own thing, and it was t-shirts. So I bought my own equipment. This is like way back, I guess early 2000s something. So not really YouTube or anything to guide you, just had books and just like research, my own research. And then bought like a tabletop screen printing press, and I was just grinding out t-shirts for my roommate. So instead of like me designing stuff and then him having it sent out to be made, I was just making it there in the like dining room. And so then I kind of just used that money to like start my own brand, which I really want to do, and it kind of just grew from there. So it originally just started with a few t-shirts, kind of music based. It was kind of like for b-boys, for breakdancers. It's like a dancer at heart. That's like my first passion, my first love. And so it's kind of like made for that community. And then it kind of, I guess, grew and branched out into whatever we're doing now, which is just random, I guess. Yeah. I think I've always had like this, I don't know, love of creativity, or was always creative. I grew up a lot on like Disney, kind of just a lot of visual stuff, movies, things like that. A lot of Playboy, just visual, like girls and things like that. And then it was kind of just mashing all of this, my interests, like a collage of everything music. We're heavily inspired by music. So it's pretty much what I wanted to put together would be whatever we did. And, I think even in our first designs, it's pretty much no judgment, no, whatever we wanted to do. That's when like streetwear was coming out heavy, just like graphic visually. And so, it was just kind of like putting together my own designs, nobody to answer to. That's kind of like why I left my job, just to create something that I wanted to create, put out in the world, and kind of just see how it goes, how people are receptive to it, if anything was made for me, it wasn't made for anybody else, but I guess people started to like it and kind of grow from there. But yeah, it's kind of just inspired a lot by, I'd say, like music, kind of like a love for storytelling. So kind of like inputting storytelling into like everything we do, or the people or whoever inspired us to produce whatever we're making at the time. So just having an outlet and, creative outlet for doing what I want to do. And I think as Six Star kind of grew and grew, it was just like this, regular dude with some crazy ideas. And then I just found the right people to support, whatever ideas I had, and then kind of just grew from their ideas. And we kind of just became like, I guess this, I don't know. It's like entirely me, but too, it's the other people. Six Star became, I guess, like a vessel of just these great ideas, and then we would kind of like put them together and kind of like package it into something kind of visually or sonically, or like, I guess, gustatory, like smells. We kind of incorporate all the senses to whatever we're doing. For some people, for anybody to kind of feel what we're doing, So I think it's really, genuinely me, kind of like putting my input, but it's like whatever idea somebody has. Like now, it's like a lot of the shoots. I ask the girls kind of like, what do you want to shoot? What do you, like, what can we put together with what you have and what we have to put out something great, just to meet like at this, I guess, not even common ground, but collaboratively to where we're just like comfortable creating. So I think that was our thing. Like, I think from the jump, it's just making something that everybody's cool with, And I think before, even now, kind of getting back to it, it wasn't really like monetary. It wasn't like, oh, you gotta produce this to make X amount of money. It was just like, let's put all this together. We started like grassroots, like guerrilla style, just whatever we had with no budget, and then just borrowing stuff, buying stuff, and returning it the 30-day window just to use it for the shoot, but just making it work. And we had like, I met these people and they had friends of friends of friends, and then just finding a car, finding a location like at no cost, and then that's basically like, just how we came to be. Or I never really had the foresight for where it is now. It just happened. But I guess just me being me, and then people kind of just latching on or trusting. And I think that's the amazing thing. A lot of people trusted me with their art and with their, for me to represent them, especially like the DJs, the girls, but just, just kind of like, I'm really thankful. Like everybody, even me sitting here, like to be a part of this project is, amazing. Like, I still just think of myself as like a regular dude that just met some really good people to help. I started off as engineering. That was like my parents' track to get me. I had no idea what it was. I didn't really have, I guess, older cousins or like an older brother to really ask. I was kind of like the oldest, kind of like in Vegas to do it. Didn't really have friends that really knew that I didn't. Maybe I could have asked, but so. Just going to school in California, kind of like finding my way through different majors for like 5 different majors, but I graduated just to get that degree kind of thing. And, but it was kind of, I had a lot of pushback or with my parents, just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you spending money on? But then I started working and making money, but then I kind of saw I wasn't like really happy, and it's like, I think when I left that job and really doing what I was doing with Six Star and like grinding it out, although I wasn't making, so much money, they saw that I was happier. So I didn't really think that they would kind of like think that way, But then I guess just doing Six Star, I've been kind of just grinding at it. And then like later on, it became for profit. It became like trying to push out, you got like the bottom line and things like that. And kind of like my, I don't say love for it, but the inspiration to, push out art. Now I'm pushing art like through whatever trends. It wasn't really authentically me or Six Star. So I kind of had to put it on, like, take a little rest, And then I did find my way back into, I guess, I don't know what you call it, like a profession, I guess that was a profession, but it's found myself into healthcare, which, I was kind of pushing back. Like, I didn't want to be a nurse, the traditional Filipino thing, So I got into therapy, so speech therapy. Had some good friends, roommates, Vince and Z, that kind of like, inspired me to get into this new, I don't know, like a new avenue that I really wasn't thinking of getting, like to go back to school. And, kind of like part of that is like not think of money. So I'll make my money here doing therapy work. And then I could do Six Star. Same thing as when I was working, I was like, just, this is my creative outlet and I could actually use this money to do this. And then, but it's been great. So I guess my day job is like speech therapy, which I thought it was great. I kind of found my way into there. I kind of like, I didn't even know what it meant like a few years ago, but kind of like what we were pushing with Six Star in helping people tell their stories, this and that. And it was almost like on the same page, like, you know, helping people communicate better, talk, like, you know, kind of just help them communicate just in general in order for them to tell their own stories. So kind of like, you know, like it's the same thing. And I guess it's all me and, you know, it's still just what I've been doing, but like on a different level, I guess on a more medical level, you know. And then, you know, it's great because then I get to like talk to my patients and kind of, yeah, just I like talking to people, learning about their stories, and it inspires me to do kind of like what I do to push out whatever I push out with, yeah, the art. So.